Today's episode is sponsored by Ruli. If you're looking for a cute new outfit for your next bookstore run or just to cozy up with your current fall read, Ruli is for you.
Ruli is our go-to women's clothing shop, offering original items as well as pieces from a variety of brands, including Free People. They have so many options and launch new styles every week.
I'm almost always wearing something from Ruli. They have so many staple items, and I'm currently loving their selection of cozy matching sets.
One of my favorite staple items that I wear almost every single day is the Elvis boots from Ruli. They are the cutest, and they come in a few different colors.
I love their selection of Free People items. I'm a big Free People fan, and I also love their selection of sweaters this season.
Head over to Ruli.com and use code READ at checkout to get 15% off. That's code READ to get 15% off your entire order. Step into the bookstore or just lounge on your couch in style with the latest items from Ruli.
Hi guys, welcome back to I'll Read What She's Reading. I'm Kennedy.
I'm Reggie.
I'm Mikayla.
And today is our yearly IRWSR Awards
For 2024.
for 2024. And with that, the 2024 season has come to an end.
Good night.
Good night.
Yeah. If you missed our episode last year, we did the same thing where we basically have a bunch of different categories and we're going to be giving awards out to specific books, specific characters, and stuff. And we also got your feedback on your favorite book club book from this past year. All right, I'm going to have you guys guess what you thought the best book club book was according to our book club members.
I need to
Pull up that list. Yeah, maybe list them all out.
One Dark Window, The 7-Year Slip, Bride, The Reappearance of Rachel Price, Funny Story, Heartless Hunter, Reckless, A Novel Love Story, When the Moon Hatched, Hidden Pictures, The Unmaking of June Farrow, The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year. I'm assuming people aren't going to add The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year.
Yeah.
I'm honestly going to say One Dark Window or A Funny Story.
I'm going to say One Dark Window.
One Dark Window is the winner.
Ooh.
Wow.
33% of you.
What was second place? Maybe give us the top three.
Okay. Second place,
Mm-hmm.
Heartless Hunter.
Oh, okay.
Followed by Reckless.
Oh, we got some
fantasy.
Love
Yeah,
that.
you guys love
That's
fantasy.
actually really good to know.
What was your guys' favorite book club book for the year? Mine was One Dark Window.
Yes.
Yeah, mine was too.
Which that was our January pick, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
How are we going to beat it this year?
Woohoo! I'm excited
I'm excited.
to
20.
see what you guys we pick for next
Yeah.
year. There's so many good books.
So many good
Coming.
books. So many good books. All right.
What do we want to start with first? Do we want to start off strong with our top 3 reads of the year, or do we want to
Sure.
close with that?
We can do our top 3 reads.
In no particular, are yours in a particular order? Because mine are not.
Mine are not.
Mine are also not.
I guess I could maybe put mine in order.
Let's
but-
go, Mikayla. Share. Are you going to share all 3 or should we share one at a time? Let's do all 3.
Okay. I'm cheating. I'm doing 4.
Oh.
Because I only rated 4 books 5 stars this year.
Dang.
So I just decided that I'm going to do them
Yeah.
4. Okay.
Mikayla's a tough critic.
I am. Manacled, Daisy Hates the Great Undoing, Morning Star, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows.
Solid.
Dang, I want to do 4 now.
You can do 4.
It's okay. I don't actually know how many 5-star reads I've had,
I was trying
but
to look.
it's
think
so
I
hard.
might-
I
I think I
had
might
a
have
lot
had
of.
5.
I read so many good books this year, but I will share my top 3.
Okay.
Into the Dark,
Love.
Morning Star,
Love.
Manacled.
You haven't even finished it.
I haven't finished it, you guys, but I promise you, it will be in my top 3 books. I'm almost done. Okay, I feel like that counts. By the time this episode's out, I will have finished it. Okay, you can go check my Goodreads if it will let me put a review. I know it's been kind of weird.
It's been weird
But-
for me, but I don't know if it'll be weird for you.
Maybe Mikayla thinks I might regret that. I don't know, but it is in my top 3. So
I don't think you will, but it's just funny that
I haven't finished it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
it's in my top 3 books read, but I'm only 84% of the way through.
We also need to
So.
say that we are we batch record episodes, if you guys didn't know this, and we're recording this on December 9th. So we do have
An entire month.
Basically an entire month left of reading. So this list may potentially be a little bit different, but as of right now, this is what our favorites and whatever are.
Yeah, if anything changes, we'll give ourselves permission to change it when we do like a post about it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm starting Manacled today, and who knows, maybe that will be in my top 3. I don't know. Haven't started it. My top 3 right now are Morningstar, Into the Dark, and Just for the Summer. We're pretty predictable. I mean, if you guys listen to the podcast regularly, I feel like it shouldn't be a surprise.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be a surprise.
Yeah.
So,
all great books that we all said.
mm-hmm.
So,
very well rounded. We got a little bit of romance. We got a little bit of fantasy. And that's it.
Mm-hmm. And that's all.
And that's all she's got. Okay. Are we moving on to our most disappointing read for the year?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Are we gonna all say the same book?
I don't know. I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Okay, then
No.
what is yours?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. No, I'm worried. I put Light Lark by Alex Astor.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
What did you guys put?
House of Flame and Shadow.
Yeah. I was trying to decide between House of Flame and Shadow or Caraval. But like I wasn't insanely like surprised that I didn't love Caraval as much. I mean, I was I was a little surprised that I didn't like it as much, but at the same time I wasn't. House of Flame and Shadow was just like
It still was good.
it was still very good, but like I was just for how much I anticipated that book
Yeah.
to be let down as much as I did with the hype. Yeah. So
If I'm being honest, it feels like a lifetime since I read that book. I kind of forgot I read it this year.
Yeah, I know. It was in January. That's
Yeah, I
why
forgot.
I was like, oh, we read that this year.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, still a good book.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was disappointing. I think I put Light Lark just because it was so hyped up on TikTok. And then it was just kind of like, oh, that's all it is.
Yeah.
And I recently read that. So I feel like it's fresh on the brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next category, the award for spiciest book.
I can
Spiciest
go
book we
first. It came into my brain immediately. Powerless by Elsie Silver.
Yeah, same.
That's what you put?
I just put Elsie Silver.
She's pretty spicy, yeah.
Yeah.
I was having a really hard time trying to think of what book was the spiciest that I've read, and the only one I could think of was my reread of A Court of Silver Flames. I wish I could I'm trying to think of all the other books I read, like which one would maybe be like the second spiciest. I didn't want to use my rereads as a option. But
I don't feel like you read a lot of I really don't feel like you read a lot of spicy books.
Yeah.
Like you also don't
the
read a
thing
ton
is,
of
like,
romance.
here's the thing. I mean, I read a lot of romance books this year, but none of them were like anything like super spicy.
I guess I should say
like,
spicy
And
romance.
all of the fantasy books I read and romance books that I read that have spice in them, I feel like they were all like at the same level to me.
Mm-hmm.
So like some people are gonna be like, wow, A Court of Silver Flames. I'm like, that was mine for last year too, okay? No, it wasn't. Maybe it was. There was a Tessa Bailey book I read last year. I can't remember. But yeah, I'm like scrolling through all the books I read this year, and I'm like, I don't know which one was like, I could say is like a second.
Iron Flame.
Yeah.
Iron Flame, yeah, maybe.
I can't remember actually.
But even then, I feel like it's
didn't-
pretty on par with like some romance
Yeah.
books.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, yeah, just like scrolling through here, I'm like, I don't know. So I didn't want to have to use another, like a reread book that I reread, but
It's okay.
that's the
Totally
only one
fine.
that's coming to my mind.
You are speaking your truth.
So I just don't have time to read books that are just all about spice, okay? I just don't care too much.
Here's the thing about Elsie Silver's books. They are extremely spicy, but like maybe Mikayla disagrees, but the core of their relationships is really sweet. Like,
Oh, yeah.
do you know what I mean? That's what keeps me reading her books.
Yeah.
is
And I'm
because-
definitely going to read them.
Well, and the thing is, you could definitely skip the spicy parts, and it's not necessary.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't mind me some spice. I really don't. It's just, I feel like what?
Just wait till you get to Powerless.
We'll see. I mean, it's on my winter TBR, so I might read it before the year is done. And in that case, maybe, would you say it's spicier than Court of Silver Flames?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to strap my seatbelt in and I'm going to buckle up.
She's along for the ride, literally.
Yeah. That was a good one, Kennedy.
Thank you.
Knee slapper.
Okay. The book that made us cry the most. Mikayla, what book got your tears this year?
I feel like the answer is going to be the same as Reggie's, but Manacled.
Oh. Reggie.
Not me wanting to cry, just saying Manacled, yeah.
Mine was a toss-up between two books. And I cried for very different reasons in them. One is Into the Dark by Magnolia Parks. Whoa. By Jessa Hastings. Jeez. And then the other one is Lightbringer by Pierce Brown.
They're like the same amount of crying is what you'd say?
Yes and no. I feel like I cried a lot. I don't know. I think I cried more reading Lightbringer, probably. I don't know. They were pretty equal. That's why I put them both. But once again, I cried for like completely different reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. And I was like emotional for completely different reasons.
Books will do that to you.
So I don't know. I
don't know what my second would be. It honestly might be Into the Dark.
Here's the thing. I cry in everything. So I could probably list every book I read because I cried in Just for the Summer. I cried in Iron Flame. I just cry in every book. There's any ounce of emotional damage, I'm immediately like snotty. So
Yeah, I'd probably say oh man. Yeah. I've cried a lot with a lot of books this year. Love it.
honestly, it's just, we've said this before, but it's genuinely so cool how authors can take these imaginary people and just make you feel quite large feelings for them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to start for this next year, start keeping track of the books that make me cry. Like keep even if it's just like a really simple, maybe even writing down like the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, like those book journals we got.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You
There
can
you go.
really like in
There
the
we go.
moment. Yeah.
I love crying
Me
from
too.
books.
I really do. I really genuinely do. Like,
Yeah.
that's kind of sadistic of me to say.
No,
But
I do too.
Love it.
Yeah. Like, it's always the best too when my husband sees me crying about a book. Like, I was laying in bed the other night. I was reading Manacled, and I was just like, and he couldn't see that I was reading my book. And he was like, oh my gosh. And then he saw that I was reading my book, and he was just like, oh, you're fine. Like,
Kyle makes fun of me.
it's just,
I'll be in the other room crying. Cole's like, Mikayla? Are you okay? And I was like, yeah. But the thing is, I like it because it doesn't happen to me very often. So you really know
Mm-hmm.
it's a tearjerker when it does happen.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
Yeah.
you know, my cycle also really plays a part.
Yeah,
in
it
that.
truly does. It really, really does. It does.
Love the hormones and all the fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The next one. The best book cover.
Da, 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 da.
I'm really interested to see what you guys will say.
Who wants to go first?
Reggie.
I'll go first. I'm trying to decide if I still feel this way about it. I'm gonna go with When the Moon Hatched.
Okay.
Oh.
Love.
Oh. It is a pretty cover.
No, it is really
Especially
pretty.
in person. Like, doesn't it have kind of like reflective-y?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I just
No,
think
it
it's
is.
really pretty, and like the more I look at it, I'm like, this is kind of cool because like I didn't realize at first like that's like a dragon.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay, you got like the castle right here, got the like icy water. I don't know.
Love it.
I think it's cool,
It is really cool. It is cool.
but I don't know. What did you guys put?
You next.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I did Never by Jessa Hastings.
Oh.
And that's the second year in a row that Jessa Hastings has taken best book cover for me. And I just have to say, I think these two already know this because I've said this to them before, but if you're listening and you don't know this, Jessa's best friend does all of her cover art. And I just think that is the most wholesome, sweet thing on planet Earth. And she's an incredibly talented artist. I think all of Jessa Hastings' book covers are stunning
Mm-hmm.
and never just like fits the book so well. It's whimsical. The colors are beautiful. The art is just really pretty. So Never by Jessa Hastings for me.
Love. Mine's One Dark Window.
Oh yeah, that one's a good one.
That is a good one.
Barnes and Noble Special Edition too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just really like that one. I think to me that one seems very unique
Mm-hmm.
comparatively
Wait, is
to
it not the same one that's on Goodreads?
The Barnes and Noble Special Edition.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I mean, it is, but it has a whole bunch of gold foiling on it.
No,
but
not
you're
just
just
it.
talking about the regular one.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the
Yeah.
regular one. Yeah, because I feel like there's a lot of book covers that start to look the same.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just liked how it was just different.
Well, did you guys know this? That once again, all of my information comes from TikTok, so I'm sorry if this is inaccurate, but someone was saying that if there's a really successful book release, for example, this happened with Throne of Glass, this also happened with Inheritance Games. If there's a really popular book, sometimes publishers will re-release other books to have covers that look similar to entice readers to pick up the book because it looks similar to a popular title.
Yeah.
So maybe that's partly the reason why things start to look the same.
Sense.
But also, I like books when it's not like the title of the book isn't the main focus of the cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? But honestly, you can't really count special editions of books as the best book cover because like all the special editions are stunning.
Yeah.
I've never seen, well, that's not true. I was going to say I've never seen a special edition I didn't like, but that's false. Anyway, all three very, very great covers. And all three technically like fantasy-ish books.
Yeah. They're fun. I don't know. I get the science. Like mentally, if you're like looking for a certain book and there's a book that looks similar, it's going to draw your attention. But I think I would rather have books stand out more than look like similar to another book. Like that one book that looks similar to the redesign of the Throne of Glass covers. I'm like, it's literally the same thing, just a little different colors.
Which is funny because I actually have never, like I've seen it in a bookstore, but I've never picked it up to read the back of the book because I'm like, oh, that just looks like Throne of Glass. It turns me away when it looks the same.
Yeah.
But publishers do that for some reason. Okay, our next award. Wish I would have skipped it.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Mistakes We Never Made by Hannah Brown.
Oh. So sorry.
I love Hannah Brown as a human, you know. She's great. Her book, however, I knew I should have DNF'd it the second I started it, but for some reason I was just really giving her a chance. And I like cannot believe I actually finished that book when I sit back and think about it. It was a little bit painful to read. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
You know, it's okay. There's just
It's
some
a
people
do not
that
recommend.
shouldn't be authors.
Well, it's almost like I mean, maybe not. I would have rather have read an autobiography of Hannah Brown's than a romance
I'm
book
like
by
really
Hannah Brown.
proud of her for like having this idea for a book and like going out and writing it. Like that's something she's always wanted to do. Like, way to be, girl. I'm really proud of you. It just was not great. Yeah. And I'm sure there's people out there that really enjoyed it, but yeah.
And also it would be hard to be a celebrity writing a book because since she is a celebrity, it's almost guaranteed to be a success in a sense because people are going to read it because of her name.
Yeah.
But think about a lot of authors who their first books don't get picked up because they're not famous. And maybe, you know, they take that book and they adapt it and change it and make it better to be picked up. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Before you? I can't say it.
Oh, no.
Just kidding. It was a joke one. I put the book and then I said JK.
Oh, no.
I was going to say the ugly.
Oh,
You can say that, Mikayla. I'm not going to be offended. I still feel bad about that.
I was going to read them. They're just
you only read the first one, right?
No, I read the first 3.
I can't believe you did that.
Well, I bought them. So, but that's actually a joke. That's not like the one that I wish I would have skipped Heartless by Marissa Meyer.
Honestly, same, but that wasn't my book. Did you listen to that?
Yeah.
I think listening to it ruined it.
No, I honestly just the premise in general is I think dumb.
I just did not like that book.
I'm also not a fan of like Alice in Wonderland.
Like Queen of Hearts. It's like Queen of Hearts retelling.
I'm just like, that's never been like, I don't even think I've seen the movie. Like I know what it is.
Yeah.
But like that's never been something that I'm like obsessed with because I know there's some people that like love Queen of Hearts and stuff like
Mhm.
that. Honestly, I just wasn't a fan of it.
I didn't really love it either. But mine is This Is How You Lose the Time War by Amal El Mokhtar. I'm sorry, I probably butchered the author's name. I think it was like a 5-hour listen, and I listened on 2 times speed, so it only took me 2.5 hours, and it was really painful. I am not smart enough for that book. That's basically what it is. It's a very intelligent book, and it's very symbolic, and it just flew right over my head, if I'm being honest. So yeah, not my favorite. Kind of like Mikayla, I had bought the book, and so I listened to it all the way through because I had bought the book, and it was not for me. I'm not smart enough for that book. My apologies.
I need to be better at not buying books before I like listen to them.
But it's hard because I do like to go into books blind for the most part, but then when you go into books blind, you don't really know what they're about, and then you buy them, and then you have this book and you feel guilty that you've spent money on it and you feel like you should finish it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's okay.
All right. Now, I have a suggestion for this next one. Can we do... This is for Best Book Boyfriend.
Okay.
Okay. I actually couldn't decide.
Can we do a fantasy man and a not, like a romance man?
Yeah. Sure.
Because
I didn't
I
do
just feel like
romance
the
man.
fantasy men like always win for the most part. And I feel like since they always win, we don't give enough love to the men in like romance books because they get a little foreshadowed by the fantasy men.
Yeah.
I'm going to just assume that you guys put down a fantasy person.
I did.
Did you?
I did.
The problem is I'm having a really hard time deciding which romance man.
You know,
I just
it's-
didn't even give them a...
I think
But if you guys don't want to pick one, we don't have to.
I mean, I
Just wondering
can.
If you had one in
I
mind.
can. I would say, I think I'm going to go with Justin from Just for the Summer. I think is what I'm going to go with. Because, okay, sometimes I get him and Miles confused, actually, from Funny Story. Justin is Acts of Service, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Justin. Justin from Just for the Summer is mine.
You know, I was thinking Justin, but the more I've been thinking about it, I think mine might be Adrian from Life's Too Short.
I do love Adrian.
He's
It's the
really
baby that
funny.
got you. It's
Yeah,
the baby
and
that
he's
got
like-
you.
Well, think about it. In the very first part of the book, he just like, yeah, he just is going to like take care of this baby. Yeah, I don't know.
Ooh.
It's the baby thing, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe I
He's
would
also
change my mind.
hilarious.
Ooh, wait, maybe I'm changing my mind. Maybe I do Theo. That's what mine's gonna be. Theo. I need you to Reggie. I need you to read Chestnut Springs because I think there are two men that you are absolutely going to love.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, Theo's my...
Yeah, Theo is something
romance.
else. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna go with Theo. I changed my mind.
And don't get me wrong, I love all of Abby Jimenez's and Emily Henry's men.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, Theo just sticks out to me. Like, I have a hard time distinguishing all of the men
Yeah.
from, like, I love the stories. I love the men in them. They're great, but he just, like, I will remember him.
I would also, I think it might be a tie actually between Jasper and Theo. Theo just because Theo is Theo, but Jasper because he reminds me of my husband. You gotta read Chestnut Springs.
Yeah.
Here's
it's
the
on
thing.
my winter TBR.
I just think that Elsie Silver writes these like men so wonderfully, and sometimes it makes me sad that there's so much spice. And I know people love spice, whatever, but like if she would just take some of those chapters to really focus on the couple and the relationship, I think she would be one of my favorite romance authors. The spice just kind of ruins it a little for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you took Abby Jimenez's spice level and put them in Chestnut Springs, I think that genuinely might be my favorite romance series.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just something about
I'm looking forward to it.
about a cowboy that can change your oil. Okay, all right. I'm gonna be done with that joke. Okay,
Wear cowboy boots
That's
and
like
shorts.
the joke of 2024. Best inside joke from I'll Read What She's Reading.
the change your oil
The change your oil cowboy with shorts and boots.
and it cut off. But we got to do our fantasy boyfriends.
Yes.
Mikayla, I'm going to make you go first.
No. Do you have yours?
Yeah.
Well, then you go first. I
Okay.
can't decide between two.
Okay. Now, this is kind of not an out-of-pocket thing, but for some reason, it's probably because I'm listening to these books right now, but I just cannot get this person out of my brain. I don't know what it is about them.
Oh.
What are you listening to?
Oh,
Zodiac Academy.
yes. I know, you guys. I know.
Lance Orion.
I don't know.
I don't even know who it is. but
I
look at
don't
his
know.
face.
Also, let me just show you guys the fan art for him, okay? There's something about I don't know. I don't know.
Mikayla's face.
No,
right now.
he's I don't know. That just like really I told you it was out of pocket. Kennedy, I'm concerned. Just kidding.
Come on.
Let me see.
Come on.
No.
Oh.
He's
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. He
I
I thought this was a book about teenagers.
No, they're in
they're in
college.
college.
They're in college.
yeah.
Oh boy.
well, he's
I-
not in college.
He's not in college. I don't know if it's like I don't think this is too much of a spoiler, but you let me know if you think it is.
okay.
I'm not
There's
worried about
something I know, but the listeners.
it. Yeah.
There's just something about like the forbidden love. Like I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's just been on my mind.
Mm.
You know, I see it.
I don't know.
I see it.
I don't know.
That was very
I told you it was out of pocket.
Actually, you know what? I can't really say anything. I can't say anything.
I want to know who yours is now, Mikayla.
I don't know. I'm between two.
Let's hear him.
I feel like this is obvious. Draco, but specifically Manacled. So I really don't have any room to talk. And then my other one, I feel like will surprise you guys. I don't know. Honestly, the thing is from the fantasy books that I've read this year, a lot of men, they've been great, but have been forgettable.
Yeah.
Rune, Danon,
Prince of the
the reason being, I fell in love with him in the third book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, I couldn't remember any fantasy men.
I was gonna say Kai.
That's a good one.
Kai's perfect.
I think I just said him for last year.
I think I might have said him last year as well.
I might have two. But Draco Malfoy, man. I don't know.
Specifically Manacled.
Oh yeah.
Not Harry Potter.
I just feel like I don't want to pick Draco because I haven't finished the book. And I can't have all my answers
Be manacled.
be manacled. Because that sounds so ridiculous, but like, I'm genuinely gonna.
I can't wait to start this book.
I'm trying so hard to not like say anything, but guys, it's
It's making, the thing is, I understand it. Reggie, you can't cry. No crying.
okay. I think I'm just crying.
Okay, but let's see. Okay, hold on. By the time this episode launches, or by the time this episode releases, 2 seconds. When does this release, guys?
I don't know. I think it's December something.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on, because I got something to say. Where is it? Where? Okay. By the time is it? Where is it? Okay. When this episode is launching, this is coming out. When you're listening to this, if you're listening to this the day it comes out December 18th. Run to AO3. Download Manacled and read it because come January 1st,
It's gone.
it's gone. It's being traditionally published, but it's gonna be. I don't know how she's got to change stuff.
Hold
So
on, I have to take a picture because I've been trying to take a picture of myself.
every time she cries.
I'm not smiling.
Yeah.
Oh,
You guys, when I tell, we can't talk about it.
Okay. The
Okay.
last thing I'll say about the book boyfriend things. Fantasy. I would probably choose somebody else.
it's just on your mind.
Well, I just can't say who my other pick would be.
Oh, in Red Rising?
Yes. So I'm just gonna.
Can't. Okay. Oh, I apologize. I apologize for any wheezing or sniffling.
Honestly, I
or
forgot about
coughing.
like One Dark Window.
But they're like not that they're forgettable, but also like Rune
Here-
Danon is a better pick.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of men in a lot of fantasy books really just are they're very similar a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to try to not say too much, but I will say that, like, I went through a phase a few weeks ago where I was just like, I'm so over, like, enemies to lovers. I'm so over some of these, like, fantasy men because, like, there was one book I was reading and I was just like, I just feel like, I don't know. There's just been so many times this year where I've read a book and I'm kind of like, I'm eating this up because I know I like this, but at the same time, I'm like, it's not giving anything different from what I've read before in a way. Like, sometimes they all just kind of start to blend together, which doesn't mean that they aren't great, like characters or men or whatever. But I think sometimes it's like women who write books know what women want to read. And so therefore we kind of see a lot of it. And I'm kind of like, this next year, I love enemies to lovers, don't get me wrong. And that's still like a fave, but I'm like, I want someone to really surprise me with characters this year. Give me something with a little more depth, or I don't know. I
will say Draco's number one for me. Then Rune. I don't know. I just feel like Rune is a different character.
Love Rune. Yeah.
Then like.
There's a lot to him.
Yeah. Especially after this third book, I was like, yeah. Anyways. I don't know. Yeah, I agree that they all kind of start to mesh into this singular being, and it's hard to stand out. I want a character that stands out and that like like Orion.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
After this episode, I'll tell you who I'm obsessed with.
Me?
What? I said after this episode, I'll tell you who I'm obsessed with.
From Zodiac Academy?
Yeah.
Oh. I'd let him sink his teeth into me anytime, so.
Best audiobook.
Oh. All right, this one also is kind of out of pocket for me. But I was thinking about, like, I'm not including graphic audios because graphic audios are great. I don't know. I just didn't want to include graphic audios because I don't feel like that's fair. I chose Butcher and Blackbird, which is kind of surprising. It was very well produced. I loved the voice actors. I also love when audiobooks have the dialogue so if it's at the point of view of the female main character, but the male's dialogue is in the male narrator's voice. You know what I'm talking about? I love when they do that. It feels a little bit more like a production, but not quite graphic audio style.
Yeah.
I also just really enjoyed the book in general. It came out of nowhere for me because it's a dark rom-com, and it's the only dark rom-com I've actually liked. It was just fun. So I'm going to go with that.
I'm having a hard time deciding. My first thought was Project Hail Mary, because there's just like a certain element to it that makes it really fun. But would I say it was like the best listening experience I've had? I don't really know. I think the book I might say it's not even one of my favorite books this year, but the voice actor just really did something. The Glitch by Leanne Slade. It's narrated by Sam Claflin. And he was so good because there was just so much emotion in his voice. And I also feel like I've listened to all of Abby Jimenez's books, and I was gonna even say an Abby Jimenez book because her narrators for her books are so good. But they all kind of sound the same because a lot of them are the same narrator. There was just something about the way Sam Claflin narrated this book that, like, it made me love the story more because of the emotion that he put into the character while he was narrating the book.
Well, that one's an audiobook only book,
yeah,
right?
It is an audiobook only book.
And it's free on Audible if you pay for Audible.
Yeah, so
I've been
not
meaning to listen to
necessarily
that.
my favorite read or, like, listen, but I think overall, like, audiobook, I don't know. I'm just going with that one because of Sam Claflin. He was great.
But also, like, the fact that he did do a good job, like, audio is obviously a completely different experience, and you probably wouldn't have liked it as much had you read it.
Yeah.
Even though you can't read it
yeah.
because it's audio only. And that's, I feel like, a good example of, like, best audiobook. Like, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I just feel like audiobook narrators definitely are actors.
Mhm.
You know, I would consider them an actor, but I don't know. Yeah, there's just something about Sam Claflin. Listen to the little snippet of it if you are interested. It's a cool story too. It's got some like magic realism to it, so yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, when you were talking about it, it sounds really fun. I'm just gonna be basic and say the Magnolia Parks books.
Why didn't I think of that?
I think
that would make me change my mind. Actually, why did I totally forget?
Well, I only
Cut everything out.
Great Undoing and Into the Dark. Those are the only 2 books I listened to
all
this
of them.
year. Well, this year.
Like of the Magnolia Parks
Yeah.
books. Yeah.
Because I started it in 2023.
Oh, did I? I don't know when I did. I'd probably say Into the Dark is my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, everything I just said. Forget it. Into the Dark wins.
Yeah. They're just really fun because of the accents and the different... In the entire series total, there's 5 different point of views. And they all have different voice actors for them. And so it just makes it a really fun experience. And they're from all over the place in Europe. And so they have a little bit of like different, I don't know, what is it like?
Like an accent depending on where they're from in the UK.
Dialects and whatever. I don't know.
So they're just really fun. I always highly suggest people listening to those books.
Same.
I didn't listen to any part of Magnolia Parks, and eventually I'm going to reread them, and maybe I'll do a little bit of both.
Yeah.
But a part of me wants to reread them so I can highlight stuff.
Yeah.
So I kind of wish I would have listened to part of it. I listened to maybe actually, I think 1 Christian chapter. And it was great.
Mm-hmm.
It was great.
Yeah. All right. Next one is the biggest surprise.
Can I go last? I think I'm going to change mine.
Sure. I can go.
Okay, you go first.
The biggest surprise for me was actually Chestnut Springs.
Oh. How so?
I don't know. I just really actually enjoyed them a lot more than I thought like I would. Like I was really sad to like read the last book.
I heard a rumor, and this is a rumor. Saw it on TikTok, so it's probably false. She's considering doing a Harvey book. I don't want it.
I don't want
Some
that.
people want it.
I
It's
don't
their
want-
dad.
I don't want it.
Okay.
I don't want it. I mean,
He's funny.
He's funny, but I don't want that.
I love his heart to hearts, but I don't really want a book from him. Anyways, sorry.
It's not like I want more,
Right.
but it was just kind of like, oh, like you don't get to see those characters again unless you reread them. But
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like that was just like a biggest surprise for me, and it wasn't like my favorite books of all this year, but like they genuinely were just so fun. And once again, I'm also a big sucker of romance books that interconnect.
Yes.
In the R series, so yeah.
Nice. I'm going to say Dark Matter.
Wait, you read Dark Matter this year?
Yes, I did. It was in May.
That's crazy.
So I'm going to say Dark Matter because I just knew that Kennedy and Mikayla really liked it. I really went in with like 0 expectations. I was just kind of like, we'll see what happens. And I finished it like right before the TV show came out. And I just remember finishing that book and being like, I cannot believe that, I don't know. Like that would probably be in definitely my top 5 favorite books I've read this year. So I wouldn't say it's like my top 3, but it's one of my favorite books I've ever read. I think it's really a cool book, and the genre of it, I wasn't expecting to love it as much as I did.
Have you guys read anything else by him?
No, I need to though.
Here's the unfortunate thing. I read, I think, every book by him except for one, and that one definitely is the best. So it's kind of unfortunate, but I mean, you know what you get when all of his books are same book, different font.
Yeah.
So you know what you'll get. Okay, mine is Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. And if you know anything about me, I feel like I try to read books outside of like fantasy and romance because I know I love fantasy and romance. And a lot of the times it doesn't work for me. This one is like a fiction book about basically a writer who essentially plagiarizes a book in short terms. Not exactly that, but kind of. And in my review, I literally said, I'm pleasantly surprised how much I liked this book. I rated it 4 stars. Didn't think I would rate it that high. It was just a really cool book to learn about the publishing world. And I feel like as a reader, it was really interesting just to see how the writer's process works and publishing and marketing and publishing and just kind of how that whole world works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was really good. And it made me want to read more by R.F. Kuang.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't yet, but I will eventually. It's interesting because is Poppy War R.F. Kuang and Babel? Mm-hmm. Interesting to me that like she most of her books are fantasy, but she decided to write this literary fiction book.
Yeah, it's interesting.
But it was really good.
Okay. The unexpected plot twist. I'll go first. Iron Flame.
Ooh. Yeah.
Wasn't really expecting that one. I don't know.
The thing about Mikayla is she guessed every plot twist in every book. So
the thing is you might not believe me, but I do send Marco Polos with my guess and I nail it right on the head.
She does.
So I don't know. I honestly couldn't think of anything that was like.
No, Iron Flame's a good one. I think I might even say Iron Flame. My other book, I was going to say Morningstar, but I think Iron Flame was a little more like, oh.
Yeah.
So.
I think for me, it was a tie. Iron Flame is a good one. Golden Sun's a good one. Morningstar's a good one. I'm going to say Lightbringer by Pierce Brown. Yeah.
Okay. Love it.
And I hate to say that because they haven't read this book, but that one is
well, I would expect a plot twist in a book of his, in one of them.
So
I'm about
we'll
to
see
read.
if I can guess it.
I think you might.
Okay.
And I'm not.
So
that.
Did you guess it?
I say that in a sense of like I wasn't shocked. I feel like I can't say a lot because I don't want to ruin these guys' experience. I wouldn't say that I was shocked. When you guys read it, you'll understand.
Yeah.
But you didn't guess it, but you weren't shocked that it happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was on par with what he does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Love. But I do love a good book that has, and the thing is they're really good plot twists in the Red Rising series. I just unfortunately put 2 and 2 together and figured it out. But that was just me. But they're really great. I feel like a lot of people, if you're not looking for them, you're not going to guess at all.
Yeah.
So don't let that dissuade you from reading those books or any of the books we said.
Here's the thing I will say, since we're just talking about it. I think Mikayla is literally the only person that I've ever seen on social media guess the plot twists in those books. I'm not kidding.
Are you serious?
Yes, every single Red Rising TikTok I see of people finishing Golden Sun and Morningstar, they're like shook to their core. So you're just smart.
No, I don't. The thing is I feel like I'm just really good at picking up on other people's like emotions towards the books, if that makes sense. Because I did see like people reacting and like saying like, oh my gosh, like the plot. And so I feel like in my brain, I was just like, okay, what is going to happen? It's just where my mind went.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. I was just really in the thinking mood, I guess.
That's great. Okay. Next one is Fae Fantasy Book and Series. I'll just start Red Rising. I know it's not technically fantasy, but that's it for me.
I love it. I can't decide.
You can't decide?
No.
Between what?
I Manacled, I don't know.
Yeah. Here's the thing.
The thing is, I said that was like my top book.
That's okay. If it's your fave,
Yeah.
if it was your favorite, it's your favorite.
Did
Favorite
you say
series?
yours? Is
I
yours
haven't said
Manacled?
mine. I'm not gonna say Manacled. Okay, I'm not gonna say it. I would love to give my reasons, but like Kennedy hasn't read it yet, and I know that people listening might not want to know my reasons. So if you've read Manacled, you probably understand what I'm talking about. But I'm not gonna say Manacled. I'm gonna say favorite series would probably be if Kennedy's including Red Rising, even though I haven't finished it yet, I'm going to say the Red Rising series.
I would say that's my
minus Iron Gold.
second.
I'm really excited for you guys to read the other books. It'll be a good time.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
So,
all right, favorite romance book?
Just for the summer.
I was gonna say Just for the Summer, but because I already said Just for the Summer, I'm gonna say Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez.
That one's cute.
I think I'm going to say Life's Too Short, guys.
That one's good. I feel like that's right up your alley. It's got a baby.
Yeah.
It's got a travel element. I feel like that's your
also
vibe.
like there was like a it reminded me of my grandma. Made me cry a lot.
Cute.
So yeah, I'm gonna say Life's Too Short.
I don't know when I read those.
I think you read Life's Too Short before I read Life's Too Short.
Yeah, I read those. I read all of those in 2023. I think Just for the Summer is the only Abby Jimenez book I read in 2024.
Yeah.
So
It's a banger.
Yep.
It's a banger.
that's why. Okay. Next one. Favorite thriller. I put Naturals.
So did I.
Yeah.
Okay.
By would you say that?
Jennifer Lynn Barnes.
Oh.
It's a thriller.
Okay.
It is.
Like
Cool.
kind of the same vibes as a Good Girl's Guide to Murder on the thriller level.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Look Closer by David Ellis.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
I need to read that one.
It's a good audiobook, and I have it on my Audible.
I'll probably get it by the time October rolls around.
I sure hope.
Sometime within the next 10 months.
Several months. Wait.
All right, longest. Oh wait, did everyone say their
Yeah.
thriller?
Yeah.
Longest audiobook.
You go first, Reggie.
Mine is it Heat of the Everflame? Heat of the Everflame. It was 34 hours and 29 minutes.
That's insane.
Crazy.
And it's actually wild how fast I flew through it too. That's what's wild to me.
Here's the thing, though. I'm not gonna lie. It's dropped down in my TBR since you've read it.
Because of my conflicting feelings
Yeah.
and that it's so long.
Yeah.
I hate doing that. I just haven't wanted to say really anything about it because I have so many conflicting feelings. So many people absolutely love it. Like, we did a question box on the thing for the awards. A lot of you said it was your favorite series you read this last year. So it just sucks that the third book is so long.
Well, and also I probably won't even read it until the last one comes out,
Yeah.
which there's no release date. So
Yeah.
Ours is the same.
mhm.
Is it Finding 13 or Binding 13?
Binding.
Binding 13 is 33 hours. It's in part 1 and part 2.
And let me just tell you, why does a romance book need to be that long?
Yeah. I mean, I did enjoy it.
I did enjoy it, but
It's long.
I think I would have enjoyed it if it was like 10, 15 hours shorter.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people love that series. It's their favorite series of all time, and I can see it. I think I just have a hard time because they're in high school. I think that's my main thing with it is I wish they were in college.
Yeah.
And I probably would have enjoyed it a lot more. I just felt weird.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little weird.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear your answer for this one.
I'm going to get a little sappy for 1 second.
Wait, it's for the
sorry.
favorite podcast episode.
Yeah, the favorite podcast episode. I'm going to get a little sappy. I genuinely could not choose between all of the interviews that we did this year. Shout out to Mercedes, Heather, Sarah, Lauren, Carissa. I think those are probably my favorite episodes. Obviously the fun ones are like really fun to record and whatever, but just being able to interview those people, for people taking time out of their day to just talk to us about books, and for Lauren and Carissa to come on and talk to us when they're some of our favorite authors. It's absolutely incredible that people take time out of their days to talk to us, and I can't believe that happened. So I would say those are probably my favorite episodes.
Yeah. I
Ditto.
would say I couldn't choose, and so I didn't
Yeah.
pick one of those episodes, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I went kind of the opposite route. There were so many good ones, but this one, I think we genuinely laughed so hard because we kind of got roasted by all of our followers, and I just thought it was really funny. It was our Most Likely To
Oh, that one was fun.
episode.
Oh, that
That
was
was
a
fun.
good one.
That was good.
And I just thought it was fun. Like, you know, we all got roasted on things, and it was all in good fun, and
We need to do that
we
one
know
again.
that, but I just thought it was fun, like hearing what other people thought of us and like what we thought of each other about certain things. So anyways, I
That
just
was
thought
a fun
that
one.
was fun.
It was fun. And like, not to pat ourselves on the back, but like a fun, unique episode.
Yeah.
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 Let's do
was
that
a
one
good time.
a part 2 of that one.
Yeah,
That
we
one was
should.
fun.
We should.
I'm gonna just I'm just gonna have to say Smash or Pass Part 2 because it was memorable for me.
She righted her wrong.
Well, she almost did it.
Yeah. I like fell on the floor freaking out during that episode. So that one was just like memorable to me. And I'm already like sweating thinking about when we do it again.
With like new characters and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. It like
I
stresses
think
me out.
For next time, we have to dismiss all of the characters we have done.
Yeah. Like,
I
take
also
all the
think-
people we've
I
smashed
also
and they're not
think
allowed.
It could be interesting to do a version that's like once one person pick, like somehow we randomize it. And once one person picks one, like I don't know how we make it. Like you can't pick what someone else has already picked.
Oh, like
It's
we
like a
can't-
draft.
We can't have the same smash.
We do a draft.
Yeah, like a
We're
book boyfriend
we're not
draft.
sister wives up in here.
Yeah. Like fantasy football, but for book boyfriends.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
Love that
I
idea.
like that. Fantasy boyfriend draft.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
I
was
like
a fun
that.
episode, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's 2025.
Crazy.
Yeah, we're going into 2025. Absolutely crazy. If you listened to us this year, thank you so much.
Mhm.
We are really excited for next year. Have some fun plans. There's lots of good books out there to be read. And we hope you guys have a wonderful New Year's. Stay safe. Hopefully you got a good book over this holiday season. And we won't see you next week, unfortunately. We decided to take Christmas Day off.
Yeah. I know.
Why not? So we hope you guys have a happy holiday season with whatever holiday you celebrate, and a happy new year.
Bye.
Bye.